So there's a couple ways to start. If you have your blocks, you can put kind of on that middle height, and then you have the tall one. You can sit down and then make your way so your shoulder blades are on the block that's on the low setting, and your head is on the taller block, the back of your head. And then you can come into reclined butterfly. I've got blankets to put under my knees. You can place a hand on your heart and on your stomach. And then the other option, because this is kind of a deep back bend with the blocks, you can also bring your pillow, your cushion onto a block, or just put the cushion on the floor and just recline back. Just kind of whatever's going to bring you into more relaxation this morning, whichever's going to allow you to really feel free and comfortable, guys. So don't worry too much about, the benefit, the physical benefit, because right now we're just going to come into our heart chakra practice space, okay? So give yourself the time that you need. You've already gotten here. You've already arrived. Remember that this is your time for your practice. Give yourself this 50 minutes, because we know that the repercussions are everlasting. Let's tune into our heart, guys. Maybe just noticing the physical heart. Nice, really nice. Notice the rise and fall. The chest. It's said here that 108 energy channels converge in the heart. That's a lot. Feel the energy in the heart. Good. And then as you exhale, feel that energy going to every little cell in the body, giving you what you need. Some words that can just ride along the breath that are associated with heart chakra. Might be forgiveness, self-forgiveness, compassion, self-compassion, love, self-love. And interconnectedness. Try to relax the shoulders, the back of the head, the hips, as we drop into this heart chakra. Our lower chakras that we've been tuning into are more associated with our individuality, such as our physical needs, our physical safety, getting our motivation, our purpose. And the heart chakra serves as a bridge to higher consciousness, where we evolve into, or we move into, interconnectedness and oneness. Our lower chakras have a purpose, right? We are a soul in a physical body, and so we have to take care of our physical needs, have a sense of self. And then as explorers of consciousness, we see that we are all one. So maybe with your next breath, draw in prana and picture someone else that's here in class. And exhale, feel that connection to them. Inhale, draw a breath in, visualizing another person in the class. And exhale, feel that thread of connection. Breathe in and see yourself. And exhale, see all of us together. The word anahata means unstruck. And it refers to the sound that we hear when we go into our deep meditation, or that deep level of consciousness where we realize that we are unaffected by anything external. The sound of unstruck. And give us some silence to drop into that unstruck level of consciousness. Give yourselves a moment to be. And now to open our physical practice, I'm going to chant the Bija mantra for our heart chakra 3 times. This is the energy, the mantra that resonates with our heart, the frequency, the vibration of our heart. You can come back to this mantra anytime in our practice if our mind starts to wander. Yam. 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 Now, whenever you're ready, however is simple and kind, make your way up out of this supported heart bench, this supported shape, and let's come into our heart melting pose, our anahatasana. Anahata is the word for our heart chakra. Anahatasana is our heart melting pose. So if you want to roll over, you want to lift up, we'll come onto our knees and we'll fold forward onto our forearms, reaching our fingertips forward. Sits bones to the sky, knees under hips, melting our heart downward. Maybe you chant to yourself or out loud the mantra Yam, or maybe settle into that unstruck sound. Maybe lengthening the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. Now give ourselves one more breath in. On the exhale, let's look up at the hands. Let's plant the right hand and then bring the left hand underneath the heart. The back of the left arm, the back of the left hand on the floor, the left palm shining upward. So a variation of thread the needle. Our heart melting into our arm. Maybe pressing the back of that left arm into the floor and feeling an opening across the left shoulder. Maybe you turn your head to the left or to the right. Maybe allowing this to be a loving shape towards yourself. How can this shape give you love? One more breath in. On an exhale, let's bring that left hand back under, bring it forward. Let's come up to a tabletop just for a breath, finding a neutral tabletop. And then drop the belly and lift the heart, shining the heart forward towards the top of the mat. Yep, and then we'll dip the hips, chin to the chest, maybe glance towards the navel. Do that one more time. Drop the belly, lift the heart. And tuck the pelvis, tuck the chin to the chest, gaze towards the navel. Then come to a neutral spine, letting the hips kind of settle. Walk the hands forward, both hands in front, Anahatasana. And then when you're ready, if it feels loving to you, bring the right hand underneath the heart, back of the right hand pressing into the ground, lowering down into your thread the needle on the other side. Maybe glancing towards the right or the left or down towards the floor. See if you can open up across the shoulder blades, the shoulder. Noticing the heart center in the front of the chest. And noticing it in the back of the body now. Breathing in. Exhale. 108 energy channels nourishing our entire energetic being. One more breath in. Exhale to glance up at the left hand and then press into the floor, lifting the right hand up and through. Bring the right hand forward. Let's drop onto our elbows, onto our forearms. Walk the legs back, drop the hips down, the thighs down, the belly down, and just lift the heart enough to come into what we might call a Sphinx pose on the forearms, the palms, the elbows. Press the hands and the arms down and pull those elbows towards the hips. Pull the hips towards the elbows. Maybe notice some radiance in the heart space. Maybe the corners of your mouth reach for the sky. And then let's exhale, lower the belly, lower the forehead to the ground. Maybe the hands give a pillow to your head. And now bring the knees to a bend so the feet are towards the sky. Yep, good. Let's drop the knees to the right and to the left. Maybe bring some movement to the hips or maybe to the thighs, back and forth through the feet. And now bring the legs to the ground so the legs are nice and long. Let's lift the heart, lift the gaze. Maybe it's just past the front of the mat. And now reach those fingertips towards the heels. Activate the back body, relax the glutes, activate the back of the body, and let the back of the body reach for the sky as the heart lifts forward. A variation of locust pose. Let's lower the chest down, bring the side of the face to the floor. The hands are on the side body, resting on the earth. Inhale, activate the back of the body, lifting the head, turn the gaze back towards the middle of the mat. And now interlace the fingers and then pull the hands towards the heels, lifting the heart, maybe opening across the shoulders, opening the front of the shoulders now. We open the back, we're going to open the front of the shoulders. One more breath in, variation of our locust. And then let's exhale, lower down, release the hands, let the hands gently come to the earth, the side of the face to the floor. And then exhale, press the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's press up and back to downward facing dog. Let's move nice and slowly. Seeing if we can notice what we activate as we come into downward facing dog, the fingers, the hands, the forearms, the shoulders, the side body, the neck, and come into a nice supportive forward fold or downward facing dog. This is an inversion, the heart a little bit higher than the head. And maybe tune into the whispers of the heart here for 5 breaths. 3 more breaths. And when your next exhale, bend up with the hands. Let's step the right hand in between, or the right foot in between the hands. Lower that left knee down. Maybe bring a block under the left hand. Let's reach the right arm to sky. Feel the heart beaming towards the right edge of the mat, the right side of the room. Yeah, good. Breathe in and out here. Unstruck. And then exhale, bring that right hand towards the top of the right leg. Shine the heart forward. Let's lift up now. Interlace both hands together. Rest them on top of that right thigh. Let's drop into the front of that left hip. And if that doesn't feel okay with the compression on your hip there, then maybe just kind of come into a high knee roll and you can send those hips forward if that doesn't feel so good. Otherwise, find that low lunge, the heart beaming in the same direction as the gaze forward. And now let's sweep the arms up overhead. Kind of drop the hips back so that left hip is over the knee. Maybe we reach for the sky with the fingertips, let the shoulders relax. And then maybe we send the hips forward and bring the arms back as if we were folding over a beach ball. A little back bend here, shining the heart towards the sky. And now let's exhale, fold forward. Frame that front right foot. Now step the left foot to meet the right. And let's hang here in a forward fold. Let the head be heavy. Let the heart be light. And as we send here in our forward fold, find that connection to the heart. It's associated with the air element. So just like air is all around us and within us, so is the love and the compassion. Let's exhale to bend the knees, swing the arms to the side. Let's rise up to stand in mountain pose. Maybe bring hands in front of the heart. Notice the beating of the heart in the chest. And then sweep the arms up again to sky. Let's exhale, fold forward. Bring the forehead maybe in line with the knees. Interlace the hands behind the back. Pull the hands towards the sky, opening across the chest again. Really good, guys. And if it's better, you can find opposite elbows or just bring hands to the hips and try to pinch those shoulder blades together. 2 more breaths. Breathe out and breathe in. Soften the eyes and soften the cheeks here. And now exhale, bend the knees slightly. Bring the hands to the floor or to a block. Step the right leg back, lower that knee down. Now bring the right hand to the floor, maybe on a block. Sweep the left hand up, twisting our low lunge towards the left. Really nice, guys. Maybe that left hand is just on the thigh, that left thigh, but the heart turns towards the left. You don't have to bring the arm up. Let's be here for 3 chants of Yum. 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 Exhale, bring the heart forward, the heart beaming in the same direction as that left knee. Bring the arms up to sky. Maybe drop into those hips for just a breath. Good, nice, guys. And when you're ready, bring those hips back, reach the hands up to the sky, and then back behind us, the heart shining towards the heavens. 1 more breath in. Let's exhale, fold forward, framing that left foot. Now step the left foot back this time, and let's find our downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, the heart higher than the head, that air element all around us and within us, that reminder that love is within. And it's without meaning it's around us. Feel it around us, feel us take it in, and feel us let it go. Breathing in. Exhale. 1 more breath in. Now exhale, lower down the knees. Let's lower down onto the forearms. And then from the forearms, let's tuck the chin, kind of coming into a cat pose, and the forearms on the ground. And then as we come into our cow, as we bring the head up, let's bring the legs long, and then that cow turns into a sphinx as we lower the thighs, lower the hips. Press the elbows and forearms, palms into the ground. Now let's exhale to glance over the right shoulder towards that right heel. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring the head through and glance over the left shoulder towards the left heel. Let the breath go. Now inhale, let's shine the heart forward. The gaze is forward. Exhale, lower down the stomach. Bring the hands underneath the forehead. Bring a bend to the knees and then sway those feet side to side. Towards the right and towards the left. Opening up our hips, just a breath at a time. And now let's keep our head where it is. Lower the legs down all the way. And now bring the right knee out to the side, coming into a reclined tree pose on our stomach. So the right foot is maybe beside that left calf or that left knee. The right knee is out, it's bent, and we'll rest here on our chest, on the floor, a reclined tree. Feeling that connection to the earth. And tuning into the heart and feeling our connection to everyone else. The earth sustaining every living thing. And as we connect with the earth, we connect with every living thing. One more breath in. Let's exhale, send that right leg long, so both legs are long. Let's inhale to activate the back body, bring the hands on the floor, the elbows underneath the shoulders. Let's shine the heart forward. Maybe gaze up where the wall meets the ceiling. So maybe the head tilts back. And then exhale, bring the chin to the chest, gazing towards the heart. And then do that again, lifting the head up towards the sky. Exhale, tilt the chin to the chest. So let's pause here, chin to chest for 3 breaths. Be closing the eyes, softening the eyes, we soften our heart, softening our judgments, softening our expectations and responsibilities, and feeling that unstruck aspect in every cell of our being. Now let's inhale to lift the head just enough to gaze past the front of the mat. And then we'll exhale, lower down onto the stomach. Maybe a pillow for your forehead. Bring that left knee out to the side, coming into reclined tree as the left sole of the foot maybe finds the calf or the left or the right knee or the right inner thigh. Tree pose. This interconnectedness flowing through our being. Yama, yama, yama. Now exhale to straighten out that left leg. Bring the hands under the shoulders. We'll press up and back to downward facing dog. Or maybe you want to come into your heart melting pose, your puppy pose. So whether it's puppy pose or whether it's downward facing dog, feel that connection to the earth with the hands, the feet, maybe the knees if you're a puppy. And feel that higher consciousness of the heart as it's lifted a little bit higher than the head. And then drop into that interconnectedness. Nice job, guys. Really good. Downward facing dog or puppy. Good. Soften the gaze. Soften your inner critic. Breathe in. And then from wherever you're at, step the right foot forward between the hands. And then the left. Bend the knees. Let's rise up to mountain pose together. And as we bring the hands in front of the heart to prayer, nice. Bring the heel of the hand together, the thumbs together, the pinkies together, and open up that second, third, and fourth fingers towards the sky, our lotus mudra. Let it fill with love, let it fill with wonder. And we'll inhale, bring that mudra up above the head. Exhale, bring the arms out to the side, fold forward, Uttanasana. Exhale, bring hands behind the back, pull those hands towards the sky, dropping into our Uttanasana with hands high with the opposite elbows, breathe in. Now exhale, drop the sits bones, bring the arms out to the side and sweep the hands to the heavens, drop back, Uttanasana, chair pose, good. Shining the heart forward. Let's tuck the pelvis, maybe the back is a little flat. And then exhale, let's twist towards the right, maybe the knees are side by side. Then open up the arms if that feels okay, or maybe keep those hands drawn together in prayer. Let's exhale, twist over to the left now, coming through the middle, shining the heart in all directions. Knees together, side by side, arms open, our palms meet. And then exhale, come back to chair, neutral chair. Let's reach the hands to sky, coming into a slight back bend, the top of our mountain pose. And then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Letting go. Step the left foot back, lower that left knee down. And then send the left hip back, and then bring that right leg to straighten. If you want, you can bring your blocks on either side of that leg. And let's fold over that right leg, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana. You can either flex the foot towards the face. Maybe it feels good to point the toes of that right leg today. Breathe in. Exhale. These words of our heart chakra, forgiveness, compassion. Finding balance as we shift from codependence to that inner strength. As we shift from fear into security. Let's breathe in. And then we'll exhale to bend that front knee. Then drop the left hip forward, coming into that low lunge again. Yeah, and now this time, if it feels okay, you can bring that left heel towards the left glute. You can keep your hands down. I know sometimes it feels nice to grab that foot with the left hand. So if that's in your practice today, if that's going to nourish your soul, go ahead and do that. Keep those hands down in your low lunge. And then we'll exhale, bring the hips back. Plant the hands. Bring that right knee back to meet the left. Bring the hands to the floor. And let's just sway the hips to the right. And then to the left. And then to the right. And over to the left. Now exhale, bring those hips back to neutral. Step the left foot forward and we'll come into our Ardha Hanumanasana on the side. So drop the right knee back and then drop the hip back. The left foot facing towards the sky, maybe the toes point forward or up towards your face. And then surrender here. As we close the eyes, maybe we bring the awareness to the heart. Maybe just sense around the heart, just feel into the physical qualities of your heart right now. Maybe an emotional quality that might be a little bit harder to put your finger on, but just feel into your heart. And then we'll inhale. And then exhale, we can walk the blocks forward as you bend that left knee, drop those hips down, or that right hip down, I should say. And then if you want, draw the right heel towards the glute. Maybe you want to find that with the hand. Let's be here for 3 breaths. Maybe the breath draws to the heart. And the exhale, that heart directs the breath to your being. One more breath in. And then exhale, let's send the hips, that right hip back just a little bit. Bring that left knee to meet the right. And then we'll come into a high knee. I'm going to be bringing the arms out and lifting the hands to the sky. And those palms meet above the head. Good. Let's come into a side bend towards the right. Good job. And then over to the left, exhale. And then back to the right. Do it one more time each side. And then to the left. And then whenever you're ready, bring the hands back up over shoulders, a neutral spine. Exhale, curl the toes under so the heels are maybe just a little bit higher than if the tops of the feet were on the floor. And then let's exhale, bring those hands to the back pocket or the hips, and maybe press those hips forward. And we'll just press the hips forward for now. And then we'll bring the hips back under the shoulders, shoulders over hips. And then do that again. Maybe imagine the thighs returning towards another. Activate the tops of the legs. Send the hips forward. And now let's lift the heart and drop the head back. Coming into a variation of camel. This is really nice for the heart. And then we'll exhale, bring the shoulders back over the hips, hips over the knees. Let's bring the tops of the feet back to the floor. Let's fold forward, coming into puppy pose. Maybe you have your blocks and you bring your forearms to the blocks. Maybe you just bring your hands to the ground. I'm coming into your puppy pose, maybe forehead to the floor. Exhale. Breathe in. And then we'll exhale, bring the forearms to the ground, the hands to the ground. Send the legs behind us, dropping down onto the stomach and tops of the legs again. When you get in onto your stomach and the tops of the legs, let's inhale to lift the heart. The back body is active. And now let's send the fingertips to reach for the heels. And now just like we did earlier, let's bend the knees so the tops of the feet shine towards the sky. And now maybe here we reach those hands towards the heels and the heart lifts. Maybe you send those heels really close to the glutes and maybe we find the feet with the hands and we kick the feet into the hands and come into our Dhanurasana. You don't have to hold the feet with the hands. You can just bring the feet towards the hands and the hands towards the feet. Do here 2 more breaths, guys. Feel your heart in this bow pose. And then we'll lower everything down really nice and gentle with control, as simply as we can. Let everything rest on the floor. Breathe in. And then let's exhale, bring the hands under the shoulders. Let's press up and back. Now an option here, you can sit back on your heels if you want. You can sit on a block. We'll come into a seated position, whether you're sitting on your heels or sitting on blocks. Maybe you want to come into what we call Sukhasana, which is easy pose. Sukha means easy. And let's find our breath. Feel the heart. Soften the gaze. And now with your index and your middle finger, find your sternum. Just place those 2 fingers on your sternum, maybe where the heart is beating behind. And let's just tap that breastbone, that sternum 3 times with those 2 fingers, just tapping, just gently. And then pause with those 2 fingers there. Activating the thymus gland, which will bring radiance and vibrance. Do it 3 more times. Just 1. And another gentle tap. And then another gentle tap and pause. And then 3 more taps. And let's rest our hands on our lap. Relax the shoulders. Keep the eyes closed if it's comfortable. Let's breathe in for a count of 4. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3. Inhale for 4, Exhale for 6. Nice and slow exhale. Breathing in air and prana for 4. And exhale. One more time, breathing in for 4. Letting go for 6. And let's find our natural breath. Bringing that sukha, that ease into however you're seated. Feel the love around and within. And if you'd like, you can repeat after me the mantra Yam, or chant it just for however long. Yam, 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 Yam. You're welcome to come down into Shavasana as I continue our chant, filling our space with the vibration and energy of our heart chakra. Yam, 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 Yam,
Yam. 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 Now, whenever you're ready, maybe you stay in Shavasana for a few more moments. You can come to a seated position whenever you're ready. Moving with kindness, moving simply, and just coming at your own pace, to your own comfortable close, to your sacred practice. Maybe placing our left hand in our lap, palm up, and that index and middle finger, let's place it on our sternum once again. And we'll tap our sternum 3 times, and as you do, maybe saying the word unstruck as you tap each time. It's on your own. Now let's exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om